In the previous episode, Luo Feng confronted Eternal True God Master and summoned Blood Cloud Palace Master, who was actually his golden horned beast clone in disguise. By joining forces, the two successfully forced Eternal True God Master to retreat. Soon afterward, rumors spread across the universe ocean claiming that Blood Cloud Palace Master was secretly protecting Luo Feng and was connected to humanity. Many factions that had previously suffered losses from Blood Cloud Palace Master became furious and believed the human race was secretly manipulating him against other powers. Numerous experts pressured humanity for answers, but the human race completely denied any connection. They openly declared that whoever Luo Feng chose to associate with was his personal matter, and humanity neither needed to interfere nor explain Blood Cloud Palace Master's whereabouts. Even Chaos City leader and Virtual Gold Master secretly questioned Luo Feng through the virtual universe. But Luo Feng calmly replied that he had met Blood Cloud Palace Master in Qingfeng Realm's water region and the two simply became companions. In reality, all these rumors were deliberately spread by Eternal True God Master after Luo Feng ruined his plans and caused Golden Toad Master to become dissatisfied with him. Unable to directly retaliate against Luo Feng, he intentionally spread the news to create more enemies for him. As a being from the first universe era who already knew he could not escape the coming great destruction, Eternal True God Master's mentality had become increasingly twisted and unstable. However, Luo Feng paid no attention to any of this. He believed true experts could only grow stronger through battle, danger, and pressure. At this time, Luo Feng was deep inside a mysterious cave between the first and second layers of glowing light rains. After sacrificing his Moshe clan clone hundreds of times while exploring the mysterious wing-filled dimension, he finally managed to observe part of the situation within. Inside existed an enormous pair of radiant wings surrounded by countless blades of light that formed terrifying storms capable of destroying everything. Realizing the danger was beyond imagination, Luo Feng decided to rely on the Star Tower to force his way inside. After calming his mind and suppressing all greed, he entered carrying the Star Tower, Shi Wu wings, tribulation armor, and his other treasures. While Blood Cloud Palace Master guarded outside, his golden horned beast clone remained outside as well. While his earthling original body entered because the Shi Wu wings seemed connected to the mysterious radiant wings. The Star Tower rapidly expanded to an enormous size as Luo Feng controlled it through the layers of light rains. However, after entering the mysterious dimension beyond the ninth layer, the tower was immediately bombarded by endless storms of light blades. Hundreds of gigantic blades constantly slammed into the Star Tower, tossing it around like a toy in a hurricane. Luo Feng was horrified to discover that every single blade attack was stronger than the strongest strike of Galaxy Master and possibly even comparable to attacks from a Universe Supreme Master. Without the Star Tower's protection, he would have died instantly. He also finally understood why Jia Yu Master had previously been annihilated despite hiding within a top-tier palace true treasure. Because the attacks were too overwhelming, Luo Feng shrank the Star Tower down to the size of a grain of dust. Thanks to its tiny size, the number of impacts decreased drastically, allowing it to barely maintain flight. He then guided the Star Tower across the shattered dimension, which stretched more than 10 light-years wide. Since spacetime itself had been torn apart by the endless blades, teleportation was impossible, leaving flight as the only option. Even while constantly being knocked off course, the Star Tower still maintained a speed of roughly 50 times the speed of light. After traveling for over a month and crossing 5 light-years, Luo Feng finally realized that all the blade storms originated from the gigantic radiant wings themselves. The wings continuously released and reabsorbed the blades, creating a nearly perfect self-sustaining cycle. Their power was even more terrifying than the 5-colored Aurora Lake Luo Feng had once witnessed. Several days later, he was shocked to discover that the so-called gigantic wings were not real wings at all, but rather countless overlapping blades of light forming the shape of wings that stretched across tens of thousands of light-years. At the very center of this terrifying storm floated a genuine pair of white wings suspended within absolute emptiness. These white wings were the true source of all the destruction in the dimension. The Shi Wu wings on Luo Feng's back reacted violently, trembling as though desperate to merge with them, making Luo Feng even more determined to obtain the treasure. As Luo Feng approached closer, a terrifying will suddenly descended upon him, continuously roaring for him to leave. At first, He felt as though he were facing an existence even more terrifying than giant axe founder himself. However, he gradually realized that although the willpower was overwhelming, it lacked intelligence and refinement. It only knew how to threaten, roar, and curse. Protected by the Star Tower's sole defense, Luo Feng continued moving forward despite the increasing pressure. The closer he approached, the more horrifying the willpower became. By the time he reached within 50 kilometers, Luo Feng was nearly forced to kneel under the crushing pressure. Only then did he finally see the white wings clearly. Though only around 100 meters in size, the wings were covered in mysterious patterns, ancient bloodstains, and 3 terrifying slash marks. Luo Feng was deeply shocked because a supreme true treasure should have been nearly indestructible. Even within the 3 great danger lands, this meant the wings had clearly survived an unimaginably terrifying ancient battle. The sight caused Luo Feng to recall many mysteries surrounding the universe ocean. Every expert from every reincarnation era eventually perished after 3 reincarnation cycles except for the 2 Holy Lands. No one had ever discovered the true boundary of the universe ocean, and countless miniature universes had already vanished over time. Luo Feng concluded that only the mysterious beings who created the 2 Holy Lands could possibly possess the power to damage a supreme true treasure like this. Even so, Luo Feng refused to give up. He continued enduring the terrifying willpower and slowly pushed the Star Tower closer inch by inch. The pressure became so overwhelming that his divine body trembled violently. His blood boiled, and unbearable pain nearly caused him to faint. When he reached roughly 16 kilometers away, he finally reached his limit and was forced to stop. Luo Feng then spent half a year inside the Star Tower adapting to the terrifying pressure. Afterward, he tried using divine power to touch the wings, but every attempt was instantly crushed. He even extended the Star Tower itself to try hooking the wings directly, repeatedly crashing into them at dozens of times the speed of light. But the wings did not move at all. Just as Luo Feng was beginning to feel helpless, an invisible fluctuation suddenly entered the Star Tower and echoed within his mind. An ancient voice introduced itself as the Wing Spirit. It explained that it was a newly born spirit formed after the original owner died in an ancient war that heavily damaged the wings and destroyed the previous spirit completely. The Wing Spirit vaguely remembered only a single slash from the enemy during that ancient battle. It further revealed that the white wings were actually the core of a greater treasure. While the Shi Wu wings Luo Feng possessed were merely smaller fragments of the complete set, the Wing Spirit explained that the 3 ancient bloodstains still contained terrifying remnant wills and energy. For endless ages, it had constantly suppressed them but had only managed to erase one. Because the wings were severely damaged, it needed precious treasure materials to recover. It promised that if Luo Feng helped restore the wings, it would willingly acknowledge him as its master. According to the Wing Spirit, becoming its master required 2 conditions: perfect life genes and overwhelming willpower. Luo Feng believed he qualified because he possessed perfect genes. And although he was only a universe venerable, his willpower had already reached the level of a universe master. However, Luo Feng remained suspicious. The remnant wills inside the bloodstains continuously screamed warnings that the wings would kill him, while the Wing Spirit insisted those warnings were only lies meant to interfere with the recognition process. Since Luo Feng could not directly touch the wings with divine power, the Wing Spirit proposed separating its core and sending it outward so he could complete the recognition from a safer distance. Before doing so, however, it demanded that Luo Feng show sincerity by sacrificing either valuable treasure materials or even an apex true treasure to help restore the wings. It even targeted Luo Feng's battle blade, claiming he would no longer need it after obtaining the wings. This made Luo Feng even more cautious. He asked whether anyone else had ever reached this place before. The Wing Spirit revealed that 2 experts had once arrived. One universe master was instantly killed after the endless blade lights shattered his palace treasure, while another ancient expert had spent a long time helping search for restoration materials but ultimately failed the willpower requirements and disappeared after endless eras. After hearing this, Luo Feng became increasingly convinced the Wing Spirit was hiding something important. He secretly consulted the Star Tower Spirit, but even it could not detect any obvious flaws. In the end, Luo Feng refused to recklessly gamble away an apex true treasure. Instead, he stayed inside the Star Tower and continued observing the situation while using the terrifying pressure surrounding the white wings to temper his willpower. Over the next 6 years, Luo Feng gradually moved closer step by step, enduring increasingly horrifying pressure, while the Shi Wu wings on his back trembled more violently each day. One day, Shi Wu wings suddenly emitted faint fluctuations, and Luo Feng discovered that a spirit had begun forming within it. At first, the spirit could only speak in broken fragments, but after more than half a year it gradually learned to communicate properly. It explained that it wanted to absorb the light of origin from the white wings outside. Shi Wu revealed that the origin was the core of all 6 pairs of wings and the true source of their heaven-defying power. Its previous master had infused it with boundless divine power, allowing each pair of wings to unleash terrifying might. However, obtaining the origin through master recognition was unbelievably difficult, requiring willpower far beyond ordinary universe masters. Luo Feng was shocked to learn that beings stronger than universe supreme masters truly existed. And Shi Wu confirmed that its former owner had been such an existence. Shi Wu also warned Luo Feng that the spirit of the white wings had deceived him earlier by intentionally lowering the recognition requirements to lure him into a deadly trap. Even a single strand of light from the wings could instantly annihilate him. Shi Wu explained that if Luo Feng's willpower became strong enough, he could either permeate the wings completely with divine power or force the white wings to voluntarily hand over the origin itself. Luo Feng therefore decided not to rush and instead remain behind to train his willpower further. As time passed, Shi Wu's intelligence rapidly evolved and more memories awakened. 3 years later, the White Wings contacted Luo Feng again and realized he had deliberately delayed matters to use this place for willpower training. It attempted to persuade him to use precious treasures to help restore its strength. But Luo Feng calmly refused to risk such losses before truly becoming its master. Another 3 years later, the White Wings finally pretended to surrender and released a glowing orb that it claimed was the origin. Yet Shi Wu instantly recognized it as fake, explaining that the real origin would attract all surrounding blade lights because it was the true center of all the radiance. The glowing orb was actually a deadly trap designed to kill Luo Feng during the recognition process. Luo Feng pretended to cooperate and first sent out his Moshe clan clone to test the orb. When absolutely nothing happened, he became fully convinced that the White Wings had been deceiving him all along. He then exposed the contradictions in its scheme, pointing out that it both needed his help and yet established impossible recognition conditions that would make any normal universe master lose all hope. Realizing its deception had failed, the spirit of the White Wings became furious. Luo Feng immediately ordered Shi Wu wings to begin devouring the surrounding light of origin. The Star Tower instantly opened 4 passages while the 4 silver wings of Shi Wu rapidly expanded to enormous size. Shi Wu excitedly explained that the surrounding blade lights were transformed divine power left behind by its former master and represented the perfect energy source for restoration. Endless blade lights surged like a tidal wave into the silver wings. As Shi Wu absorbed more and more energy, tremendous transformations occurred within the wings. Shi Wu recovered fragmented memories of an ancient catastrophic battle that had shattered all 6 pairs of wings apart. The White Wings had suffered the heaviest damage first, while the other 5 pairs also endured severe internal destruction over endless years. The White Wings desperately tried to stop the absorption, but countless blade lights continuously poured into Shi Wu wings. The larger the silver wings became, the stronger their devouring power grew, eventually expanding across several light years. Meanwhile, Shi Wu and the White Wings constantly cursed each other because both spirits understood that once all 6 pairs reunited, only one spirit could survive. After nearly 30 hours of non-stop absorption, Shi Wu wings finally recovered completely while the surrounding winged light shrank dramatically. Shi Wu explained that although Luo Feng only possessed 2 of the 6 pairs of wings and could currently use only 2 secret techniques, the restored treasure was now vastly stronger than before. However, Shi Wu could no longer absorb more light of origin because only the true origin itself could fully contain and control that power. Luo Feng realized there was currently no way to subdue the White Wings as long as the origin protected it. Even the Star Tower could not move it. Rather than leaving immediately, Luo Feng chose to stay and use the terrifying willpower pressure emitted by the White Wings to continue tempering himself. For 1.200 years, he cultivated beneath the immense pressure while studying secret techniques and comprehending the beast god paths, causing his willpower to rise tremendously. Eventually, after more than 1,000 years, the star tower finally touched one of the bloodstains on the white wings. Even that tiny bloodstain emitted horrifying willpower and aura that deeply shocked Luo Feng. Yet when he asked Shi Wu whether his current willpower was finally sufficient, Shi Wu bluntly told him he was still far from qualified. Although Luo Feng's willpower had grown enormously during those 1.200 years. The leap from Universe Master to Universe Supreme Master represented a fundamental qualitative transformation. Luo Feng calmly accepted this reality. He understood that the Universe Ocean's terrifying environment accelerated willpower growth far faster than ordinary cultivation. But it was also extremely dangerous because excessive pressure could collapse one's will entirely. Before departing, Luo Feng exchanged one final message with the White Wings. The White Wings swore he would regret everything, while Luo Feng confidently declared that the next time he returned would be the day he completely subdued it. After leaving, Luo Feng tested the fully restored Shi Wu wings by unleashing the Golden Kingdom. Endless golden light instantly spread across a range of 80 light years. And its power shocked even Luo Feng himself. The Golden Kingdom alone now rivaled the combined power of his previous miniature universe. Golden Kingdom and Flaming Sea techniques together. Luo Feng felt that the restored Shi Wu wings had nearly reached the level of the supreme treasure oddity Divine Wood. While exploring further with the Golden Kingdom covering the mysterious region, Luo Feng unexpectedly discovered another hidden tunnel leading deeper into the unknown space. Believing the White Wings had originally drifted here from an even deeper location, Luo Feng decided to continue exploring the hidden depths of the Universe Ocean.